Good evening, our beloved viewers. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The head of state shares a high-level meeting. The launch of activities in Ali Sabeh region. And on the international scenes, the Israeli army withdraws from northern Gaza. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. Today, Sunday, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margile, held a high-level meeting which was dedicated to the mutual assignment of our country with the Financial Action Task Force of the region, Middle East and North Africa, a sub-regional groups affiliated with the Task Force for Financial Measures concerned with the money laundering and terrorist financing, which will be its experts, are on a mission to Djibouti from February 18 to March 6, 2024. The evaluation mission is scheduled to issue a series of relevant observations and recommendations by complying with the legal and operational framework to prevent and combat money laundering and financing terrorism in our country in light of recommendation of the African Task and the Action Task Force of Finance. On this occasion, the head of state pointed out the strategy's importance of our country's success in this, which is a mutual evaluation of its normative and initiative framework for preventing and combating money laundering and terrorist financing, adding the effective implementation of recommendation and the working group finance is essential to strengthen our framework to combat these treatments for the decisive step in our country's ongoing quest for the regional financial center. In his speech, the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Margile, called on all parties in his speech the concern to mobilize in a concert and cohesive manner to highlight the effectiveness of our national system in a good condition within the framework of the strategy. The head of state also said that the National Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Committee will be considered and approved combined soon.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين. Monsieur le Premier ministre, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du gouvernement, ainsi que les hauts cadres de notre administration.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the government as well as senior executive of our administration, if I have invited you today to this meeting, which I am chairing, is because of the date of the visit of the FATF International Financial Action Task Force evaluators is approaching, which is scheduled for February 18 and will last until March 7. It was important to me at this stage to know your degree of preparation and your degree of cohesion. It is also not useful to remind or emphasize the need for this evaluation to be successful. It is of great importance for our country, particularly in the complex issues linked to money laundering, to the financing of terrorism. Effective implementation of the FATF recommendations is essential to strengthen our framework to combat these threats and ensure the financial viability of our country. The previous National Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Risk Assessment in 2022 laid the foundation of our action, highlighting both our progress in areas requiring particular action. We identified weaknesses and gaps, but we also identified significant opportunities for improvement. Immediate actions to be taken as defined by the Monitoring Committee, and coordination covers a wide range of measures aimed at strengthening our control and prevention systems. Coordination between the departments and institutions concerned is therefore essential to ensure a coherent response and effective in accordance with the FATF recommendations. And it is with this in mind that I expect clear and precise answers from you this morning on the following points. How prepared are you at present for this exam preparation? What are the first elements that will be subjected to this national risk assessment? What actions need to be taken between today and the start date? How do you plan to improve communication coordination starting today and during the evaluation period? Finally, what are your needs to pass this assessment? Starting today and during the evaluation, this exercise concerns us all, but will essentially be based on the coordination of our institution and the Ministry of the Interior, the Governor of the Central Bank, the technical coordinator, and the legal advisor will be in charge of this aspect of coordination.
The Arta Geophysical Observatory record a mild earthquake with a magnitude of 4.3 on Richter scale yesterday, Saturday, February 3, 2024 at 8 p.m. Local time in the Gulf of Tajura and has been identified as the thermometers determined the epicenter of the earthquake was 12.3 kilometer northeast of island Musha as a depth of 3 kilometers, that is a central distance of about 12.5. The intensity of a large earthquake is closer to the epicenter, which is pointing a second earthquake with a magnitude of 4.6 was also recorded today, Sunday, February, at 12 a.m. In the Gulf of Tajura, and has been identified as the epicenter of earthquake was located 14.0 kilometers from the central distance of about 14 kilometers. These earthquakes were felt in the capital and in the areas near to the center of earthquake. A high-level ministerial delegation led by the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdou, went to Biade district of Holhol village in the district of Ali Sabih. Residents living in this area gathered to welcome the Minister of the Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdou. These activities and visit falls within the framework of first phase the regional tour led by the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, which was organized on the occasion of the Lantrop National Solidarity Week for the year 2024. After the inspection tour in the district, the Minister Ulufa Ismail Abdou headed a campaign by many prominent women and high authorities in Ali Sabih region toward dedicated hall, and the people of Biade schools in order to open it at this event. This has been rehabilitated by the locality in these remote areas. The Minister, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdou, unveiled the inauguration plaque. Delegation toured the equipped hall to receive students. After that, the Minister make a visit to the school housing located in these areas. These different factors were created in order to support some of the students living in the areas around Biade and Holhol who had difficulties receiving their education in schools. It is worth noting that the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mr. Ulufa Ismail Abdou, focus on government's strategy priorities with the regard of policies accompanied by the for this occasion, the program's activities and achievement in the file of social. In this regard, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity is scheduled to address the issues of a campaign by their closet aides from the Minister of National Agency of Community Development to the interior region of the sub-district. During her visit to Bayadi district and Holhol, the Ministry of Solidarity, Social Affairs and Solidarity took advantage of on this occasion along with the high-level delegation, accompanying her on this opportunity to hold a meeting, important meeting with the resident of Biade. This meeting with the local community took place under a large tree in the village. In the presence of the village officials, women, and many young people at the beginning of the meeting, the village authorities welcomed the high-level delegation with a warm welcome. There was a great warm welcome, and during the meeting, the people living in these areas presented their complaints. They submit their requests related to the social programs and social affairs and solidarity. In turn, to the member of a delegation responded to the question directed to them and provide comprehensive details about the social programs allocated to the beneficiaries of this village. The assistant governors in the village said and welcome on behalf of the people of this district, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity and her accompanying delegation extended a warm welcome for his part. The head of Ali Sabih Regional Council thanked Mr. Sharmaki Hassan. He thanked the National Agency and Community Development Team to carry out this noble mission. In her intervention, the Secretary General of the National Union of Djibouti Women, Ms. Fatima Musa Abdi, expressed her happiness to participate in this event, noting that the national solidarity is a top priority for the First Ladies and the President of the National Union for the Women and Ms. Khadra Mohammed Haid. This is the real reason why the National Union of Djibouti Women is partners. The ministry is first in this social program, especially during this week, which takes place. It is celebrated for this Solidarity Week. For her part, the parliamentary representative in Ali Sabih region, Ms. Filson Abdi, called for this in her speech. She said that she told the officials of Be'ade schools and the population in general to preserve and protect this structure, not just to the generation of students, but for those in the future they will come. For her part, the First Deputy thanked the House Representative Ms. Safia Elmi, everyone who contributed to the success, she said, of this step. She pointed out that all her achievements necessary for the society and cohesion came with the firm of presidential desire aim at bringing social service closer to the population whether they are, she said, and they are in order to improving their living conditions. She also stressed that all these achievement has become a tangible reality thanks to the cohesion of the Republic of Djibouti has always enjoyed. Within the framework of the meeting held between the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mr. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, and the high-level delegation extended their thanks and gratitude to the to the resident of Biade, the minister, and her accompanying delegation for carrying out this inspection visit in Biade this week. They also praised the effort of Djiboutian social development program agency for its support and achievement, which was implemented for their benefit. The resident requested the completions of this project that are beneficial to some of them. In addition to the reception structure open today, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity to the Djiboutian Agency for Community Development implementing many social projects in this region, the remote areas of Ali Sabih, especially the construction of the water tank that is underway. It is currently being completed, which will allow the resident to have access to sanitary and drinking water for this mission. In her speech, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, explained and emphasized the importance of this visit for the benefit of the resident of the district. And she said that we are here today to see what has been accomplished and what remain to be done in the file of social and receiving about the necessary and necessity of this social program project for the resident, and whether it is necessary to provide improvement or modification. We receive a lot of requests with your most important and urgent need. The Minister Ulufa Ismail Abdu noted that Biad district will benefit from two social programs, essentially to help the most needy population, which consists on opening two boxes, the economic fund, which will be financed with the 1.2 million Djiboutian franc. This fund will be allocated exclusively to the resident of Biade, and there are various projects. Once their activities bears fruits, they will be repaid immediately. Even others can benefit from this, conclude the minister. On the first step of your inspection, third, the part of the week is activities. The National Solidarity Association, which began this year in Ali Sabih areas, met with the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity yesterday, Saturday, with the women of Ali Sabih district in conference hall at the regional council headquarters. This meeting was a great importance as Ali Sabih region is currently benefiting from from the social program and project managed by the ministry. The women living in Ali Sabih region, especially the beneficiaries of the program, visit the social media and this long-awaited meeting. In her intervention, the president of the Youth Entrepreneurs Club in Ali Sabih district pointed out Ms. Fathia to the importance of the entrepreneurship, especially among young people. She pointed out the awareness sessions are regularly organized to help young people stabilize their companies, their activities, contributing to combating the unemployment and poverty. In turn, the tour of head of the people is saving fund of Ali Sabih, Ms. Amina Idris, expressed her happiness at what she saw the work done by women and mother of Ali Sabih region, who contributed the improvement of the images of Ali Sabih region. As for the deputy governor of Ali Sabih region, she extended her thank and congratulations to the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity Committee for selecting Ali Sabih region as the first stage in this round visit within the National Solidarity Week. In her intervention, the president of Ali Sabih women, Ms. Willow Ibrahim, welcomed the delegation. She began by her speech with the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity and her accompanying delegation. She also pointed out that the social programs such as social window or the system microcredit has radically changed the business and economic landscape in Ali Sabih region, she said. For her part, the first vice president of the National Assembly, Ms. Safia Almi, praised at the beginning of her speech. She praised the women of the region of Ali Sabih for their continued commitment and ability to stand up with a specific project in order to face the challenges of life and improve the condition of their families. She also thanked the girls and mothers in Ali Sabih region for all the work and efforts done and their preserve the participation, the local development. As for the representative of the regional of the she indicated the path of long journey that has taken place and change that occur since the founding of the Economic Committee Social Service for the Women in Al Sabih in granting the small loans in order to improve the daily life of a woman of Al Sabih development. The Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, in her speech, thank for this week's launch ceremony was sponsored by the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Margili. For this occasion, it is clear to start this week from Ali Sabih region. We are following up here for the listening, exchange opinion with the residents, especially women, and to collect their compliance. She said we can respond to them the best way possible, and for this occasion. Which inspiring no effort to help the citizens and improve their living condition. For this reason, students benefit from aspect remote people who lured to the capitals and continue their university studies today from a restaurant. It is a larger scale within the university itself, but it is founded by the Sovereign's Wealth Fund for Djibouti. To conclude this first day of Social Solidarity Week activities, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Ms. Ulufa Ismail Abdu, accompanied by the Secretary General of the Union National Council for the Women of Djibouti, Ms. Fatima Musa, made an inspection visit to the education facilities, women in literacy, and closely monitors women and girls who are learning. These women benefit from the literacy program, which is one of the main program for the United Nations Development Fund, and the minister received a warm welcome from women and girls who express their happiness, their ability to learn and participate at their level in social development and economic. In this area, the literacy program helps young girls, female students enrolled. The schools have a second chance to integrate. This was indicated by the director of the Popular Saving and Credit Fund in Al Sabih, Ms. Willow Ibrahim, and the Secretary General of the National Union of Djibouti Women, Ms. Fatima Musa, to the advantage of learning the benefit from the useful program in more than road. They said these were young girls who left school too early. They have a chance today thanks to the programs, she said. A high-level Chinese delegation from the Chinese Institute of the Ocean was led by the professor Mr. Tang Li, made an official visit to the country today, the Sunday, the 4th of this month of February. This Chinese delegation was accompanied by the Director General for the National Meteorological Agency, of Djibouti, Mr. Mohammed Ismail Noor. At the beginning of its visit, the Chinese delegation visited several strategy sites and infrastructure port in Djibouti reflect the development in the country's maritime and port file. The delegation was received in the Management and Technical Development Department of the Container Management Company in the port of Darale. The Chinese delegation received a detailed presentation on the project of this port department, new especially geographic information systems and maritime traffic control center. After that, the delegation visited the multi-service port of Dorale, where they met with Mr. Jama Ibrahim Darar, General Director of a port, who received the structure to him in current port infrastructure that is under construction, in addition to opportunities for the cooperation and investment. The Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Ibrahim, received the delegation, the high-ranking Chinese man in his office at the ministry. During this meeting, the two parties signed a memorandum of understanding at the ministry aiming to establish a framework for cooperation in the areas of research, training, information exchange, and technical assistance in the field of the ocean and also meteorologically. The Chinese delegation expressed its satisfactions and gratitude for the welcome and organization of this visit, which helped to strengthen the relation between the two institutions and the two parties. In an intervention by the Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Ibrahim, he indicated that the visit of Chinese delegation to Djibouti aimed to enhance cooperation between the two countries, especially in the file of meteorological system. The day before yesterday, Friday, the third ministerial meeting was held for the Indo-Pacific region in Brussels, an important forum for the dialogue and cooperation international, bringing together ministers and delegates from the European Union and other partners countries. A high-ranking Djibouti delegation led by Mr. Mohammed Ali Hassan, Secretary General for the ministry, participated from this foreign affairs and international cooperation in this meeting, which mainly consists of this roundtable, which address the geographic security and economic resilience challenges, and also the investment as well as the accelerating of a green transition, which serve as a forum conducive to a fruitful exchange. Djibouti was presented at this discussion table on geopolitical and security challenges, emphasizing its commitment to security and stability in the file of Pacific region. Ambassador Aden Mohammed Dileita and Mr. Abbas Ilmi attend for this meeting. Under the auspice of the Ministry of Budget, the General Directorate of Customs and Right organized a high-level workshop was held this morning at the People's Palace to contribute and combat smuggling and illicit trade. the high-level workshop was open in the presence of the Secretary General of the Ministry of Budget, Mr. Simon, and Director General for the Customs, Mr. Gulaid Ahmed, and the Chairman Customs Department, various public institutions and concerned bodies such as the police, the Coast Guard, gendarmeries, and army, in addition to the representative of a civil society. The aim of this workshop is to jointly understand the emerging risk associated with past combating smuggling and developing coordination and cooperation between customs and various institutions, and also in order to better exchange information and express experience, to contribute ideas and strengthen these innovative anti-smuggling measures and create a legal and institutional framework. The Director General for the Customs Corporation, Mr. Gulaid Ahmed Yusuf, delivered a noteworthy speech. Start with the importance of strengthening a diligent effort to combat against the smuggling illicit trade. For this, we also had the workshop on the combating the smuggling illegal product legitimacy. For the Department of Privacy and Private Education, the Ministry of National Education organized on Wednesday the past held a ceremony dedicated to lending over for the certificate to 34 director Arabic speaking private schools affiliate with the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. The event, which was organized by Al-Rahma Complex Schools, was assured by the General Director of Education, Mr. Abdi Dirir, the Director of Special Education, and parents attend for this meeting entitled "The School Administration's Art, Science, Talent" was presented to Mr. Abdullah Fatur and prominent personalities and experts in the educational file. This course falls within the policy of Minister of National Education and Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, for professional development, and also for the Director Educational Institution. These training courses include the multiple objection of schools management, the art, science, and talent necessary to ensure the smooth functioning of the educational system. And the certificate distribution ceremony was to start the successful initiative. Each of 37 schools principals was honored for their commitment in this file. And now moving on to the international scenes. Palestinians country said on TV that the Israeli occupation forces withdraw from areas, wide areas, Gaza City and the northern Gaza Strip for the first time since the start of the ground operation launched by Israel on the Casserol's enclave since October 7. The Palestinian explained that the areas that witness the army's withdrawals in separate interviews, there was a great destruction caused by the Israeli military vehicles. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.